Oh, yo. What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another banger with y'all, man. If you're new to the channel, go that like button, subscribe, and go comment. We're going to talk about the Baltimore in the 90s. We're going to talk about one of the best decades in the century for the city. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel as though in this time period, I think a lot of people was having fun. You had the crime and everything, but also it was the birth of the Baltimore Ravens, even though they came in like the mid-90s. But we're going to talk about the 90s. And let's go on with the video. We're going to bring a lot of nostalgia to people that was young in this time period. So Baltimore in the 90s. So I'm going to start with the club scene. Now, the club scene was at its all-time high. It was at its peak. A lot of people in different cities wanted to come through because Baltimore was known for all the clubs. I don't care where you was from, but people would tell you off of first hand, especially like a place like Hammer Jacks and Volcanoes. They had too many clubs to go to, but nowadays ain't nowhere to go. Now, in that time period, it had so many places. Now, if I miss anything from the club scene that I never mentioned before, hit that comment section and feel free to do so. But I'm loving the fact that they had so much fun back in the day. There was more places to go, and also more place. And the clubs, they open late too. They open like 5 o'clock in the morning. Nowadays, it closed 2 o'clock in the morning. But you have to realize when the 90s came, it was a different decade. It was a different generation that was coming upon because in the 70s and the 80s and the early decades, when people partied a different way, but the music kind of amped things up. A lot of fights would break out. There's too many shooting and chaos. So I think that in the 90s, this was like the beginning of the demise on how things was going to definitely turn out in the future. Back to what I was saying, I think in the 90s, it definitely was like the early demise on how today's club scene really is. And mind you, even in that time period, like there was no phone. So if you look at this picture right here, people really enjoyed the moment. They really let their light shine. It wasn't like you on the phones and killing the time. So it was a different decade. It was a different time, different era. And I definitely truly admire that. I'm proud to say that I was born in the 90s because a lot of love songs, a lot of things going on in that time period. And that's pretty much how it all went down. And also, we going to take it to the streets. Now, the streets is kind of crazy. I ain't going to lie. Like, you had guys like Anthony Jones. You had Itchy Man. So many people that had definitely brought a lot of violence to the streets. I'm not saying they were like trouble people as from birth, but they definitely made their names in the streets. So in that time period, the drug market was kind of not that big, but there was still a lot of violence. So you have to realize it was at one point in time in like 99, 98, Baltimore held like close to 500 homicides, something like that. So they was turning up back then. It was a very, very dangerous situation. Now, if you look at the documentary like The Corner and all that, see, The Corner was based off the 90s. You really see how, if you haven't seen the Corner, go watch The Corner because that's exactly how it all went down in that time period, man. The drug dealers was out of control. The police is kind of hitting the streets, so they definitely was hitting the streets hard back then, even from recovering from the crack addict epidemic, but in the 90s, I think a lot of people was more into the dope. You know, that was like the dope scene and everything. So it's crazy to see how much of a impact, like far as like people losing their families out in these streets, to drugs and everything. That definitely was one of the big key factors in the city that did not really look good. And I can tell you this though, other than that, it was a lot of good things you couldn't do in the city also. You had a lot of community centers back in the day, so many restaurants, so many arcades, so many pizza places to go to. But when I look now, it's none of that. So we don't really have the fun that we used to have anymore. Like we really was known for all the fun, all the activities. It was so many things to do. But now when you go right around downtown, it's nothing there anymore. We had the ESPN zone, for God's sake. But you had to realize a lot of celebrities used to love coming down to Baltimore in the 90s because it was places to go. You loved the food, the entertainment. But it's crazy. It's crazy how it all just changed from decades to decades. And also, we had the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens was established in 1996. So one of the best things that happened in Baltimore, in my honest opinion, we didn't really. They started at the It was started at the War Memorial Stadium near the Alameda and 33rd Street. So Ravens started their stomping ground there. Played there for 2 years, and they finally got the M&T Bank Stadium. Been there since 1998, so they've been in the M&T Bank for over 25 years. So that's crazy, man. They all upgrade themselves, especially the uniform. Uniform was kind of looking crazy, but you got to start from somewhere, and they worked their way up to it. And they didn't win the Super Bowl in the 90s, but after the 90s, they definitely won that Super Bowl, especially with the Hall of Fame inductee Ray Lewis. He definitely carried the way through. He stuck through it. He was one of the best draft team's prospect. That's why he's my favorite player. Because when I was born, the Ravens was just born itself. The Baltimore Ravens was born when I was born. It's like a few months older than me. The inaugural season, just the time, everything how it all started, just wonderful, beautiful. But like I say, Baltimore in the '90s was really great. The Orioles won won an MLB championship, like their last World Series in 1991. So a lot of great things happened in Baltimore. Just that we had a lot of troubles in the streets that was kind of holding us back from looking like a good city. And also, I got to mention what I want to say. Oh, so basically the food was great. I heard the food would be excellent. Like I said, there's so many places you can go to. And now all them places that we want to go to, they all closed down. Like Murray's Steakhouse and Stop Shop and Save. Like it was just so many things that was around us. But now we look around, it's not even there no more. That's why you gotta appreciate all the good things while you're still around, because that time will pass you. It comes and goes. It never waits for nobody. And that's why I made this video. I want to bring a lot of memories back to these people. And also, I was born in this decade. So it's definitely a pleasure and honor to do this video. If y'all have anything to say, hit that like button, subscribe, go comment. I'll be back with another video with you folks. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay folks. I'm going to give y'all another throwback video. And I'll be doing the 80s up next. Man, I'm going to do the 80s, the 2000s, the 70s. I'm going to keep giving y'all some good content. So y'all stay patient, man. I got a lot of things cooking up for y'all. But I'm out with it, world. Y'all stay blessed, stay focused, and peace.